Hello. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Deirdre Online, and I am a mystic and a guide into the spiritual worlds and the worlds of our soul. And I'm very grateful to be here for you today. Today is a very moving day for myself personally and many people. I'm now in Marina Del Rey. As you can see behind me, the ocean. It's quite beautiful, quite sunny. But 3 days ago, I evacuated, other with thousands of people, from our homes in Montecito. For those of you who followed me during the fires, we talked about the fires, the message of the fire, the devastation that came from the fire. We were very blessed to survive. Right now, I have no idea if I have a home or the state of that home, as the area I live in, they haven't been able to get to. I just got word on the news that this morning they'll be able to get into the foothills and assess what damage is there. So this topic of how to harness resilience during stress and anxiety, for me, is very personal and has really hit home. Facing a true disaster, for those of you who've seen the news and have seen that an entire mountain with boulders the size of trucks roll down all the way to the ocean, it's quite hard to believe. And of course, the tragedy of the loss of lives, because nobody really saw this coming. And that's what happens to us. And that is what's happening to us now in the age of surprise. That calamity or change often comes without any kind of warning. So how do we handle this? How do we care for ourselves, those that we love? How do we become that pillar to take action and to be able to manage the inner stress? I know right now I can be very honest in saying to you, this is real time. I'm having to manage my inner stress. I feel like I'm coming apart. I feel I have no control over life. I'm yet again out of my home and going from one friend to another, living out of suitcases. And yet this is nothing compared to those who were actually caught in the mudstorm, or on the East Coast caught in the snow, or those caught in a hurricane. However, it's still an enormous amount of stress and anxiety as I worry about friends who are missing and neighbors who we've lost. The year of possibility. You know, we left 2017 with this hope, year of possibility, and we're facing a very, very difficult winter here in our country on both coasts. So I asked Presence, the Creator, this morning, what does this mean? Give me a message. Tell me what I can share with my family, with everyone who comes to join me. What can I share from you to help us find the possibility in all of this? And that's a big question. I have to tell you, it's a question to grapple with. It's not an easy answer. The answer is simple, but it isn't easy. And this is what I've heard, and this is what I'm learning as I walk through this experience of the natural disaster. We are here at this time to reconnect our souls with each other, to reunite in a state of deep love, care, and compassion. This is the most important lesson that we as humanity are here to learn. And everything that comes our way is to teach us this lesson. It is not an easy lesson to have to change our perception and focus from achieving, building, doing, setting goals, all the great stuff, going after our potential. It's not easy when a catastrophe comes and all of that we've laid out goes to the side, because now we have to survive and we have to take care of one another. But this is the great lesson, and this is the great light that is inside of our changing times. So the presence of creation, that the worlds of light, the Creator wants all of us to know that we can find each other and reconnect soul to soul in this harmony of love without having a calamity to force us to do that. So what does it mean to harness resilience? What does it mean to overcome anxiety and stress? It means that we must begin a practice of carving out time to be together, soul to soul, as real human beings, vulnerable, raw, facing and sharing what is going on inside of us. We, the collective we of all that is, want to give you some steps that will help you as we go through the times of earth changes. These changes in the earth will continue. They are not going to slow down. The unexpected will become the expected. And every single human being on this planet will be impacted in some way with the global changes. With these changes will come a great deal of anxiety and stress, and that's the reality. It really doesn't serve for me to sit here as a spiritual guide and just paint a bed of roses. That isn't going to help us now. But we can find roses, we can plant seeds for those beds of roses by being in touch with reality and looking straight at what is happening right now. The first step is to really begin to find your friends, your close people that you trust and that you can share your inner heart with. Begin to form groups of 4 or more. I'm getting a lot of feedback. I don't know why. Getting feedback. Okay, there. That's better. Thank you. So, the first step: begin to form groups of 4 or more. These groups. My Betsy, my person in control, she's trying to tell me something. I'm all new. I'm new at all this. Thank you, everyone, for your patience. So form groups of 4 or more people that you trust, that are your good friends, and that you can be honest with. And in this group of 4 or more people, you can give your group a name. We are the group of Mama Tigers, or we are the group of City Warriors, or we are the group of Possibility. Give your group a name and make this your core tribe. And in your core tribe, meet once a week. Make a commitment to meet body to body. If your tribe is in other parts of the country, you can use the technology we have to come together. But as much as possible, come together as a group. And in this group, you're going to share your feelings. We're just going to talk. We're going to talk about your anxiety. We're going to talk about stress. We're going to talk about your fear. Be very real. The other people in the group, listen. Don't try to fix and don't give advice. You're simply to be the souls, listening, the witness to the human experience. You see, we are here to have a human experience. If we were meant to be in heaven, we would all be in heaven right now. We would not have incarnated in the volatile world of the third dimension. But we did, we're here. And there is a reason we're here. We're here to fully embody the human experience and to bring light, love into this unstable world. We do this by coming together, by finding each other. So in your group of 4, and if it's more than 4, that's good too. I would recommend the group stay below 10 people, just so that everyone has time to talk and it doesn't take too long. So I call these little seed pods of possibility. So in your seed pod of possibility, each person will share 5-10 minutes. Listen. And then the next question is to say to one another, soul, beloved soul of, let's say, Betsy, beloved soul of Betsy, I hear you. I hear your stress, your anxiety. I'm going to hold you and I'm going to send you my light and my love. And as you go around in the room in this, you can repeat a simple mantra, a simple prayer that would go something like this. And this is an example. Say, beloved soul, my dear beloved friend Betsy, I hear your anxiety, I hear your fear about the children, about the safety of going to school. You have a flood in your backyard. I'm sending you my light as a God being, as a formation of love. I send you all my care, all of my light, and I'm holding you now. Know that you are safe, your soul is safe, and that nothing can ever harm you. You are eternal. You are simply, in the human experience, the river of this reality. But I hold you in the reality of the eternal. Know this, you are safe, and I am with you. You are not alone in this. This simple statement to the soul from the real place within you creates an alchemy, a sacred alchemy based on the laws of the physics of God, of creation, the spiritual physics. That when this happens, when we witness one another and we hold one another during a time of stress and anxiety, a power comes in, a peace comes in, and we are given a resilience that we didn't think we had. We are given an ability to have a calm center in the middle of chaos. There was a time when we could do this all thoughts by herself in her room. But that's not the time now. We are in the time of the beloved, the age of the beloved. I was told this 10 years ago, that now we're at the time where we must reunite, that our humanness has become so fractured. We don't know each other anymore. We can be on a street with hundreds of people and live completely alone, be so isolated and alone, which leads to this terrible epidemic of depression we're experiencing. I know when I was a mother, especially a single mother with my children, alone in my little apartment, I felt so alone. It was almost debilitating. I thought, wow, it's me and these kids, and if anything happens to me, it's devastation. I went deep into my spiritual meditation and prayer, asking for guidance. And the message I got was to find others like me and create a group, a tribe. And that would give me strength, that I was not alone. So that's what the guides want to share with you today. That this very simple practice of creating a small group and supporting each other will actually give you the resilience, because we are in the time where we must come together. That's the lesson. That's what we're here to learn right now, is that we come together, that we find another, that we reattach at a very deep level, not a superficial attachment, but the kind of unexplainable attachment that the poets talk about, that the different spiritual writings try to allude to. It's a feeling tone of oneness. We are here to become one with all things, enlightenment. But how can we become one with all things when we cannot become one with one other human being? So we are here to learn how to go into that deep connection between 1, 2, 3, 4 people, and to find safety in that connection. And then from there, we can expand into the oneness of all things, becoming the uber witness to the human world, to being in the world but not of the world, to be in the watcher, the silent watcher, watching the experience and being in the experience. See, this is expanded consciousness. And this is why only consciousness will free us, and only consciousness will be able to give us the resilience necessary for anxiety and stress. So I want to just cover that again really simply. Find your tribe, create a seed of possibility. If you can, get up to 4 people. Try not to go over 10. Make a commitment once a week, coming together. Take turns to share exactly where you are. And the reason I say you pick people you feel safe with, so you feel safe to say, I'm coming apart, I feel fractured, I don't think I'll make it, I can't stop crying, whatever it is. And the others in the group, you hold that person and you just listen. You don't try to fix it. You just say, I hear you. I hear you. I feel what you're going through, and I'm sending you my light, the human light. See, the human light right now is the greatest healer, because we are here to heal ourselves and to heal the separation that we have fallen into, which has caused all this pain and suffering, intolerance, and judgment. So we take the human light, the lamp light of God, and we say, I give you my human light. My soul is completely here with your soul. and I hold you. I hear you, and I'm sending you my strength. I'm sending you my healing. And in this, you will experience the sacred alchemy of reattachment of one to another. This is the message from God. This is the message from the beings of light. They are not asking for us to individually, in our rooms and our caves, to simply attach to God. They are saying you must go out of your room or your cave and you must attach to each other because we are one soul. And right now, the human soul is fractured the way cancer cells are fractured, and the body begins to get ill. So the soul of mankind is ill. And we know what that looks like when we see the news. In order to bring peace, in order to end intolerance, in order to change this disease of the human, we must individually begin to deeply reconnect and reattach with each other. We must learn to love again. We must learn to know what love is. It is a deep, silent experience of union. It is the language of the soul. It is beyond any intellectual understanding or explanation by science or technology. It is the place within us that we are here to return to. And everything in the universe is pushing us in this direction. We can go there without disaster. We can find this place without having to be forced to go into a great calamity so that we drop our ego, drop our defenses, and are real with each other. Let's begin to be real right now, in real time. I'd like to say thank you, and I'd like to close with a prayer and a blessing for all of us, for our world, and especially for those who are experiencing the tragedies of climate change with drought, fires, torrential rain, mudslide, snow bombs, hurricanes, earthquakes. The soul of humanity is quite literally shaking because it is such an onslaught. But by finding each other and holding each other, not only will we survive this, we will thrive. We will be able to create, to heal, to repair our world and each other. This really is the year of possibility. And the possibility is you and our ability to love one another. So let's take a moment now. Thank you so much for joining me in this prayer and this blessing as we open our mind to the great light of the presence of creation. The bells are ringing, the chimes are ringing, calling us to embrace our magnificent light, the powerful light of ourselves as the living presence of creation. We come together now to open the reservoir of our eternal devotion to one another and to our journey on planet Earth. Look within, into your heart. There in your heart is a golden temple, golden doors. Upon these golden doors are a sacred scripture. This scripture is the book of life. It is the great story of the human experience. It is your personal journey. The gates open as we enter into the heart of existence. Allow your body to relax, your mind to rest. Allow the breath of life to fill you with simplicity and ease. As the breath fills you, your belly softening. Ah, peace. I am here now. Oh, love. Embrace me now. We enter the gates of the book of life. And here within the holy temple of our soul, we greet a guide. This presence is very personal to you. This presence, an angelic presence or a deity, your higher self, this presence lives in the temple within your heart. Now it is time to meet this presence, to ask for guidance, to receive the enormous power and strength to overcome any obstacle in this temple. There is a golden throne. It is your throne. Sit upon this throne. For in this throne, there is an energy. And I want you just to really engage your imagination here and allow this energy to fill you, to fill your arms, your elbows, your hands, to fill your legs, to come in through your back. Above you, an orb of white light. The great gateway, the opening to the angelic light. And now this light pours over you in a waterfall, a veil of healing light, filling you with peace, filling you with knowledge, intuition, hope. Gently rest in this seed of light, this flame of light. And for a moment, allow this presence to completely merge into your being. It is so simple and so easy. Here we seek refuge in the vibration, the higher frequency of light and pure love. The only thing that gives us meaning. Rest in this light for 1 month. As we say together, I am the sacred alchemy. I am the healer, and I am healed. I am all that is, and all that is within me. I am one with creation, and creation, which is pure love, supports me, holds me, and guides me on the journey of life. With my presence and my light, I now send this to all those suffering, to all those who have experienced the fear and terror of the climate changing, for those who have lost loved ones, those who are afraid, those without a home. I send to you my personal prayer and my light, for my light is eternal, for I am fully attached to creation. I come from the temples of light. I am the soul of God. I am the enlightened human, and I walk through this world a witness to our evolution into oneness, into love. I am the creator of all possibility, and all possibility is my law. I create this. I am the creator with the creator as one, and together we are the healers of our time. Thank you. Thank you, my beloveds. Please come join me anytime at deirdrehayde.com. My site is there for you as an information site, a landing place for your soul. You can learn about the archangels, who the ascended masters are, how to cultivate wisdom, how to develop a mystical path. I just want to give this to you. It's all for free. And together we are healing our world. Namaste, Shalom, I love you.